Design Salvation, Episode 26.
This is Design Salvation, your lifeline to better design with Dixie and Annie. Our mission is to share our conversation with you so we can all elevate our work and lifestyle. Welcome to the fold.
Hey, y'all, it's Dixie Stark.
And Annie Lundquist.
And we're Design Salvation. Got a good interview for you today.
We have a fun interview for you. So my friend Kim Faison is here visiting.
So exciting. I finally get to meet Kim.
Yes.
Yay!
She's a big personality and a lot of fun and that big, beautiful, gorgeous voice with that Virginia.
She does have a good voice.
Virginia accent. I love it.
I know. I love it too.
So yeah, we're going to have a little chat with her in a few minutes so y'all can hear for yourselves. And she is an antique dealer, if you don't know, in Richmond, Virginia. And her name of her company is Kim Faison Antiques. And she and I met in...
I love this story.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. So this is for those of you who don't think Instagram connects people.
It does.
It does. And if you put a little bit into it, you can get a whole lot out of it. And I would say this is a really good example. So I was chatting with certain friends on Instagram that I had sort of made who have like interests. And one of them, her name is Jen Dangle. And she reached out to me about an event. She had it a couple of years, but she was expanding it and wanted me to come to New York to this wonderful Insta meet.
I remember when you did that. That's so cool.
And Tom Samet, another big Instagrammer, and Kim Faison were the guest speakers. And so Jen was hosting this lunch and had these speakers that she interviewed. So I flew out to New York and it was December, so a great time to visit, freezing cold and wonderful and bright and sunny. And I just went by myself and walked into this venue and met all these people that I had been communicating with online and met a whole bunch of new people as well. So
they do that every year though, right?
They do it every year, although I don't know if it's actually happening this year.
Okay.
So I don't, there may be a little, I hope they do it again.
How many years ago was that, though?
So
did you say that and I missed it?
No.
Okay.
That was just 2 years ago,
2 years
I think.
Ago.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Because then,
I remember
it was just 2 years
going.
ago. So I met Kim, and then a few months later, she invited me and my other Instagram friend, Trudy, who lives in Toronto, who's a designer.
Hello, Trudy.
Yeah, hello, Trudy. And she's also a Salvationite and listens. Thank you very
really
much.
A Salvationite.
She's really, yes, she's up there.
Yeah, she's always.
And Kimmy invited us to Richmond to go on the garden tour and stay in her home. So that was a super fun thing. And then she had an Instagram party while we were there as well. And we met more Instagram people. So I think just given the industry that we're in, it's a really good fit for us visual people and in interior design and whatnot. I think it's a great way to connect. So we've just continued
it's so
to,
important.
And then that last year, Charlotte Moss spoke at the luncheon in New York, and that was even more incredible.
But you didn't go to that one, did you?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes. I talked to her afterwards. Joey and I had a long conversation. Well, I mean, long.
Okay, I may be getting that one confused with the one when you met Kim.
Yeah. So
But
Kim
anyways.
was the year before, and then Jen went big time and decided to reel in Charlotte Moss. I mean, it's sort of that theory: if you don't ask,
That's right.
It won't happen.
That's
and
right.
so she asked
Good for you.
Charlotte, and Charlotte came and was, of course, a fascinating speaker, very approachable, wonderful, good advice.
I've heard she's lovely.
She's lovely.
Everything she does is lovely.
Yes. Yes. Very layered.
Yes.
Not something we really do out here, but she certainly is inspiring. And
That's so cool. Okay, so so Kim likes my drink here now. I made the stone fence for us today. I actually picked up the recipe from Ula distillery, which is, here in Seattle. But they're about to open their Georgetown location, which, of course, is close to me. But anyways, y'all, this is really fun. You put maple syrup in this drink, and you serve it cold. Oh, so beautiful. But anyways, Kim liked it too. So anyways, I made that as a little ode to Kim being here. Okay, well, I say we get on with it. All right.
So we are here with Kim Faison, my good friend who came to visit from Richmond, Virginia.
Woo-hoo!
Mm-hmm. And we're going to ask some big probing questions about the antiques business and how you live with your antiques. Can you hear me, sister? You're a little, I know. I can talk louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay. Oh, I can talk. Okay.
There we go. So you just recently finished renovating also tell us about your project that you were just working on, your little house you just moved into.
I bought a historic house, and it was a hoarder's house and a big mess. And it had,
Wait, back up.
Yeah.
It was a hoarder's house?
Yeah, it was a hoarder's house.
Do explain. I think everybody wants to know what that means, because I did not hear this part of the story.
And they were friends of mine, and they owned it for 45 years and didn't live in it the last 25 years because it was full of papers.
Seriously, like you couldn't walk through there?
No. Well, there was one path.
Oh,
But
this
half
is
of it
for
I
real.
couldn't
Did
get.
you video that? Like, did you take pictures and
Oh,
video
yes, I
it?
have
You
everything.
did? Okay.
I have lots and lots of pictures.
Oh.
I didn't video it.
So were they still filling it up periodically?
Yeah.
They just come drop stuff off.
Every day.
Oh, poor
Every
baby.
day.
Oh my, every day.
Uh-huh. Stephen would work, and Libby would go around gathering things to bring home and pile in there.
Unbelievable.
So the first part then was just getting rid of everything, just dumpster after dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
Did they want you to sort it in any way?
No, not really. There wasn't that much that was savable, really. They had a friend from Georgia come and help us get everything out. And I kind of kept Libby with me because she wanted to go through everything that was going out.
Yeah.
And some of the papers were from like the 60s and 70s. And she just felt like there was just so much information and news in those papers. And she just couldn't bear to let them go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after you got it all cleaned out, then what was your plan of attack beyond that?
Well, then I had to get a structural engineer in.
Okay.
And, most everything was bad. The roof, the floor, the walls. No, it never had HVAC. It had 7 coal fireplaces. It was after being abandoned and full for all the, over 24 years. It was really bad. The roof was bad. There were trees and the limbs in the, it was just a wreck.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, all right. Whoa. How many square feet is it?
It's 3,100 square feet.
So it's pretty good size.
It is good
And
size. It's 2 stories.
And has 10-foot ceilings. So it's really, and I kept it really true. The good thing was it hadn't been, mucked about by anyone. Like nobody'd come in 3 different families on top of each other and done this or done that. It was really true to itself, and I only built 1 closet. So I kind of kept it true, and I didn't do soffits. I did mini splits upstairs because I don't have an attic or a basement. It was built in 1886.
It's so gorgeous. The whole neighborhood is really, in fact, just recently they filmed a period movie there. And it just was so cute to see the horses clippity-cloppeting down the cobblestone streets. And I mean, it's just charming.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. So what was the one thing or the most fun to work on or maybe see transformed or?
It's almost like it landed on me, and I wasn't planning on doing it, but it's almost like now that I've moved in after 2 years and a month, it's like all of it. It's like, it was like I could see myself there. Do you know what I mean? And I upholstered a room, and I knew all along I wanted to upholster that room, and then I did it. And it was just, that's after getting all the structure put back together. And anyway, I've never done that before or never thought I would. So it was really an amazing experience.
Well, and Kimmy brings her beautiful antiques to all her homes. And so then you just layer it up as if it's always been there. And I just haven't been in spaces that are quite that historic in a way, but still livable. I love how you do that. You just live with your antiques so comfortably that it doesn't feel precious or museum-y, or it's just so natural.
You know,
jealous.
It's just stuff that I love, you know, that's been with me a long time. Sometimes I'll switch something out, but it's like I've got things I can't use in the big house, the new house, but I'm going to figure out a way to put them somewhere. It's crazy. But, you know, I'm sure people think I don't want to live with all that stuff. It's so old, but I don't know. It's pretty.
So speaking of that, you know, because obviously antiques kind of ebb and flow with popularity, and brown furniture, as they so derogatorily call it, is on the ebb, I guess, right? But I don't know. I think it's coming back, don't you? Do you sense that yet?
I definitely do. I think it's been I've been in business for 30 years at my store, so I've definitely seen that it's changed and changing, you know, with the internet and everything, but also with the different styles that come in and with the young people today. And there's mid-century and modern and an industrial, and there's so many choices. And I don't know, some of my younger people, the kids of my always customers, I have some beautiful young customers, and they know, and they also can mix things, but they know to have that one pretty beautiful thing, and that can just one beautiful thing, and then have the rest of it.
We've talked about that a lot. That can really make the heart of the room and make the difference.
Be your bones. And the thing about having something old is it's warm and it just has character. So it can be the one thing and in 5 years, if you want to, you know, I'm a collector, and I like for people to rub the things that I have to sell rather than sell them without anybody ever seeing them. So it's a wonderful feeling to be able to collect something that has special memories. And
I love that you always talk about that this piece is really rubbable.
Yeah, rubbable.
Rubbable.
That's a term. That's
yeah.
a term.
Oh, yeah. No.
Rubbable. I like it.
I think if you have one beautiful rubbable thing in your house that's 200 or 300 years old, you're set.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just one thing. Obviously I want a few more than one, but but if you have a modern space, we've talked about this a lot too, having that one thing makes it all the more memorable and different and special.
Yeah, it's amazing how it can work. I'm not that good at doing it because I just like older things, but I see how it works. I see how it works at your house, Annie. I mean, it's a great thing. Great thing.
So what is your next phase look like? Because I think you're talking about maybe doing a different setup for your bricks and mortar. Can you talk about that? Or is that still on the QT?
I've been in my store on Grove Avenue for like 30 years, and I bought a warehouse not far away, but I'm going to change up a little bit. My warehouse is 10,000 square feet, and it's really cool. It's double T construction, which means I didn't know anything about this, of course, but it means it doesn't have any inside. It's all open on the inside. And so it's got 2 bays, and it's only a mile or so from where my store is. And I just can do all kinds of things there. I think I can, I'd like to have one nice antique show in there a year. I'd like to have a couple of brocants a year. I'd like to have visiting podcaster, designers.
We're there for all those things.
We're up.
We'll come for the show, the brocant, all of it.
So I could have like lecture series. I could have an auction in there. I would have a showroom, obviously. But, you know, all my things are all stacked, and I've been crawling all over them for all these years. So it'll be really fun. And I need to make more of an online presence. So
and that way you could photograph it more easily. Yeah, you're tight in your current space.
My house is a house. My shop is a house. So.
Well, and you do literally crawl over your
Yes,
antiques.
you've seen me.
I have. It's dangerous.
I'm jealous because I haven't seen, but I'm about to launch on a plane here.
I know.
And go that direction.
We're coming to see you, Kimmy, because she's going to have to see the before, the during, and the after. The warehouse really excites me.
It's going to be really fun. I need somebody to help me, though, because I don't know how to. I want to retrick, you know, it's got beautiful windows. Of course it needs work. I can't seem to buy anything that doesn't. But it's
that would be too easy.
Yeah, it's a great location, and I think it's just a great move. I might sell my store where I am now. Who knows, my property, and that's probably what I should do. But you know, antiques matter.
I love that. They do matter.
Antiques matter. That's
they matter.
Motto.
It's history and beauty, and things are made so beautifully, and you know, it's just. You can mix and match, but it's really nice to have some couple of things or something old and that has history and beauty. And
Well, I love all that, and I love the new chapter that's coming. I see it as super exciting and super relevant. And you're always somehow you make yourself known, and then we all just flood to you to find our pretties. And I also want to say, as a house guest, just because she's staying with me for the week, I've never had such a good house guest because she just keeps cooking.
Ooh.
And I've decided it might be a new rule. All house guests must cook a meal because it makes my life so easy. I love it.
Oh, it's been fun.
I could jump on board with that request.
Right?
Everybody that comes to stay has to cook a meal. That's fantastic. But if that were my situation when I go to stay somewhere, I'd have a hard time. But okay.
Well, we'll let you off the hook, Dixie.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't make you cook. But the people who know how to cook and like cooking like Kimmy does, because when we go see her, she spoils us. And I thought she'll come out here and I'll spoil her, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Nope, not in the cooking department. But I'll be out here next time in my big truck with some furniture, pottery,
for
Annie's sale.
Yeah, so we just did my big sale, which we'll talk a little bit more on the podcast, I think, about that. It went so well. And this is the secret that I alluded to on Instagram is that Kimmy said maybe next year she brings the truck of her goodies out and we really have a beautiful sale. How cool would that be?
For sure would be the coolest thing since sliced bread.
Yep.
I mean, that would be so fun to bring that to the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. Wow. That would be awesome.
I know. I just can't. Can we do it sooner? Can we do it
seriously.
sooner?
I don't know. Why not? The spring is coming. We can do it in the spring.
Yay.
Ooh,
okay.
Well,
right. There's a little teaser for you all and something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kimmy, I just have to say, if you build it, they will come. So you just rock that warehouse.
Oh, I will. Don't
just
worry.
Rock it.
I've always felt that way.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming on board
guys,
with
thanks
us
for
today.
Having me.
It's been fun.
Kimmy.
It's been a pleasure. My pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was super fun. She has a lot to offer.
She has a lot.
We could listen to her forever.
I think I think just between us and everyone listening, she was it's
not really a secret, Amy.
It's not. I know. Okay, well, it's a small group.
Okay, yeah.
I think she was a little nervous to speak into a microphone, like we were when we started this thing.
That's very true.
I saw her warming up, but
she did.
I think the stone fence maybe helped a little bit.
I think that always helps.
I think that
little beverage.
Little beverage helps. But I think it's fun to hear how much we have to look forward to in terms of a future little visit. Everyone can come meet Kimmy, who's out here.
I know, right? I just love that you met her on Instagram. Instagram is important.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to be dismissive of it because if you are you have to do some work on it. Like you can't just, what's that? You can't just.
It's like any relationship.
Yes.
You have to work.
You have to give, and you can't just sit at the dinner party. You actually have to chat with people so you get invited
not just talk
back.
About yourself.
Right. And not just talk about yourself.
I think we've heard that from somebody before.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have.
We have indeed. Well, that was really, I'm really glad we got to visit with her.
I am too. And I hope you all will follow us on Instagram because we have fun there.
Yes.
I think we do.
Annie is our leader on Instagram. She is our leader. And she does
that's
an excellent
okay.
job at that. And seriously, if you aren't following us on Instagram, you should. It's design.salvation.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you just put in Design Salvation, we'll pop up. And we sure appreciate it. Share with your friends. And of course, keep listening.
Keep listening. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now. Hey, y'all. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also find us at designsalvation.com, where we'll have the past podcasts listed as well as show notes. Hope to see you there.